Can I do another video, please? This won't be short, I promise. I promise. Hi my beautiful YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you are new, welcome to the team. Don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are, and I hope you stay a while. That's my kid, that's my child. If you are new, I have a son and he likes to bother mommy while she is trying to record a video. I just recorded this look, so I think he's kind of like wants some attention. So he's like, why is she not paying attention to me? I thought you was done recording. But now I want to do another one. Can I do another video, please? This won't be short, I promise. I promise. Well, you sit here for a while I do my intro. So as I mentioned, I just recorded this look. So if you want to see it, go watch my last video. Well, I don't know if it's going to be the exact last, but I'll link it in here either way. But I said while I'm all done up, I wanted to make a video for my, suggested products for makeup beginners specifically. I know a lot of people are beginners, whether they just got into makeup during quarantine or they're just getting into makeup just because they're interested in makeup. And I know it's kind of hard to figure out like what products you really need, what brands to buy, how much money you should be spending on products, like what expensive products should you get, could you get good products from the drugstore. So I wanted to come and talk about my favorite products that I think are essentials in your makeup kit. And I'm gonna do, this one's gonna be a drugstore version. If y'all wanna see like a high-end, like, Sephora, department store, kiosk with the makeup. Also, I would call also drugstore, but also does have higher end brands too. But if you wanna hear about those type of brands, I can give those recommendations. But I'm a drugstore girl. I'm pretty sure this whole look was drugstore, so that's why I really wanted to come in when I had this look done up. So y'all can see I can get a cute quality, okay, go ahead. Y'all can get a cute quality beat on a drugstore budget. So yeah, I'm gonna break down, like I said, my essentials, drugstore version, and let you know what you all should get to your and add to your makeup kit. All right, so let's get started so I can get done and tend to my child. All right, let's go. First things first, rest in peace Uncle Phil. For real. So first things first is eyebrows. I have an eyebrow tutorial on my page. I will link that as well. I'm thinking about doing an updated one because I do my eyebrows a little different. I don't really use a pomade. See, I don't really use a pomade anymore because usually when I'm doing makeup looks, so I guess this could be also an essential for like busy moms. I have to like really try to get stuff done because when I do makeup, I don't really go anywhere anymore. So if I'm doing makeup, it's for a video usually. So I have to be quick with it. So I don't really use a pomade anymore. I've been using eyebrow pencils lately. So my favorite eyebrow pencils that I've been using, which I use for my brows today, are the Morphe brow pencils. I have the micro brow pencil and also the shader, the definer brow pencil. So I'll show you what those look like. Each one comes with like a spoolie on the end, but this one is the definer, which is my usual go-to because I like the shape of it. It's like a kind of like a triangle shape. I think that really like follows the curves of your eyebrows, so I prefer that one. That's why I use my brows today. Brows, like I said, brows are kind of messy because as a mom, I have to rush to get the makeup done. And I know this was an elaborate makeup look, so I just kind of shaded in my brows real quick. But there's also the micro brow pencil that is more so like Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, where it's literally just like a pencil. That one's great as well. You can do your brows quicker with the shader because of the shape of it than the precision of that's fine. With the precision of the pencil, because you have to really like, it's smaller and you really have to like draw it, whereas the shader is kind of like just, the finer's kind of like just shading them in, and you get a thicker line. So that's the difference with that one. After your brows are done, you do your primer, or at least I do. I don't do my primer and foundation before my brows. I do my brows first. A lot of people do foundation first. It's up to you, your product. I've done both. They're both great options. But for primer, I have been using the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is still kind of in the tryout stage for me. I mean, I've been using it for all my makeup looks, so it's not really, I'm not really trying it out anymore because I really do like it. And I think my makeup looks have just, I don't know, I've been really liking my face lately, and I think that's in part to probably the primer. It smells good, it's really soft and mattify without drying you out, because I kind of have like combination skin. I'm more normal, I think, but I sometimes get dry spots, especially like in the winter and the fall when it's colder outside. so it like masks my face without like drying it up. My face isn't dry. It doesn't feel like there's like a tacky substance on my face. It like really melts into my skin, and it does give it like a white cast, but that's good because that means it's gonna brighten out your foundation a little more when it like kind of like mutes out your skin and boosts out the brightness and that oiliness that's in your skin. I think any NYX primer is good. I usually go with NYX primers. I use my high-end primers, but if I'm going low-end or drugstore, I'll pick up a NYX primer because NYX has really good primers. So does Wet n Wild, but I'll probably go NYX before I go any other primer from the drugstore. As far as foundation, now foundations I can go on and on about because I have a lot of drugstore foundations. I prefer drugstore foundations just because high-end foundations can be so expensive. They're great, but I found really great options in the drugstore. So my current go-to, which I'm wearing on my face right now, is the Milani Concealing Perfect. I have the color Golden Toffee. I've always heard a lot about this, but I never really used it. I have a makeup artist friend who uses it, and she's the one who kind of made me, you know, want to try it. I don't think I just ever found my color because I tried it before previously and it was just like too cakey looking. So I don't know if they've changed the formula or if I just finally found my right shade. He's like a puppy. He just chewed up my box. He's bad, y'all. What was I even saying? But yeah, the Milani Concealing Perfect. I don't even know where I left off my freaking child. Like, I don't know if I found my right color now, but I really do love it. I mean, y'all can say what y'all think. If it looks good, I think it looks great. So it says a 2-in-1, so it does foundation and concealer. I used it when I first started makeup. A MAC makeup artist taught me to do like concealer first and then foundation. You might not need as much concealer over it once you conceal underneath. Like, you might not need as much foundation once you like do the correcting underneath on like your bare skin. I used to do that back in the day. I haven't done that since then, but I think this is what this does. It conceals and it's a foundation. So I think it makes up for that step of like doing concealer first and then foundation, because like I said, it's a 2-in-1. So I really like this foundation a lot. You're never going with the Fit Me foundations as well as the Infallible. Look at this. Excuse me, you're in my shot. Thank you. As well as the L'Oreal Infallible. That's what I was using before I started using Milani. So my other go-to was L'Oreal Infallible. See if I can find that and pull that out. Josiah, be quiet. The L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear is what I was using before I started using the Milani. So this is a definite good go-to. I have the color 535. What's the name? It's 535. Oh, also I did a TikTok about these and a reel, and I'm thinking about doing a video if y'all want to see it. These foundation mixing pigments, definitely recommend them for makeup artists, but also just if you're not even a makeup artist, just if you are having a hard time finding your color, or if you can't find a color, like if you like a coverage of a foundation but it's just not your right color, you can get one of these. I have this one, I have the white one, I have the yellow one, just depending on what the problem is. So I usually use the blue because my problem is usually the color is too warm. Because I think I'm more of a neutral, like I'm not really warm, like a warm tone in my skin. So a lot of foundations will be my right shade, but they're too red. So I will mix it with this and it cools it down to a more neutral color. I recommend these. They're LA Girl mixing pigments. Get them at Ulta. But I think I'm gonna do a video to show you how to really use them. Like I said, I did a TikTok, but TikTok's only a minute long, so I really couldn't really get too deep into it. If you want to see a video of how to use those, let me know, because I have all of them. Next, we have concealers. Back in the day, my favorite drugstore concealer was the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I love the foundation and I really love the concealer, but for some reason it like broke me out, and that's why I really started getting like dry patches in my skin. Like, it was bad. If I could try to find a video or a picture of how bad it was, I'll insert it in here. It was bad. So I stopped using that, but I still recommend to people to try it because I think they're really good concealers. But I've been using, and what I use today is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I remember when ColourPop used to be just an online brand. Now you can get them at Ulta, which is where I got this from, and I love that for us. But this is a really good concealer. I've really been liking this because it is a creamy, it's hyaluronic creamy concealer. So it's very moisturizing. It doesn't dry out your under eye. And it's not super like matte or like cakey. Like, I think it looks a nice natural look. Like, it doesn't do too much brightening. But if you want to like super bright, I wouldn't recommend it because I think it's more like for natural concealing and highlighting. I think it's great. Another one that's good is the e.l.f. concealer. So e.l.f. Camo, 60-hour camo. There's also a hydrating camo. Obviously these are good as well. I just been reaching for the Pretty Fresh because I like the finish of that one, but The e.l.f. ones are good too. And I know a lot of people have been using those lately. Also, if you're a contouring girl, which I'm really not, I don't really, if I want a more dramatic beat look, I'll do a cream contour. But I didn't use any contour at all because I wasn't trying to do all that. The eyes in this look was the star of the show, so I just really did a real simple face. But Black Opal, their foundation stick, their True Color foundation stick, I love this for cream contouring. Like I said, it's a foundation stick, so if you like it for foundation, great for you. I haven't used this foundation. I think I did once, but I'm not really a foundation stick person. I'm really like a pump, creamy foundation type of girl. This is really good, like putting to your hollows for a contour and blend it out, because I think Black Opal has good foundations too. So using this concealer, it's great. I have not found a drugstore bronzer. I need to actually look for one. When I bronze, I usually go with Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I don't bronze often. And I actually use, if you're an OG to my channel, you know what I am about to say. The Black Radiance, every time I show it, I have hit pan. I go through so many of these. Less now because I don't do as much makeup, but when I used to do makeup, I would go through these so quick. And I always keep all the different shades for when I do other people's makeup, because I have to finish it off and bring the color back to their face with the Black Radiance finishing powder. This is what I use as a bronzer. It brings the color back. After you bake, this brings the color back into skin so beautifully and so silky smooth. Like you said the name, it's the milk chocolate finish, and it really does chocolate, honey, milk chocolate on your skin. I love this. I will always, if somebody asks me what is my #1 drugstore recommendation, I would probably always say this, because I think it's really, really good. If you don't like it, you can fight me. This is literally my favorite drugstore purchase. I can't find another finishing powder that is any better. I've heard the Maybelline Fit Me powder is good. Like the finishing powder, haven't tried it, but I have tried. Moving on to the next product, the Maybelline Loose finishing powder. I haven't tried the pressed one, but this baby, this is my dupe for the Laura Mercier translucent powder in like the deep color. This is in deep, and it's like a tinted, see if I can show you without spilling it everywhere. It's like tinted, so it's not like really translucent. I've used this on my under eye. Like, it's my go-to now. Like, even when I was recommending, my sister was looking for a good like setting powder, and she ended up getting the Beauty Bakery, I think. But I was like, this is what I go to. Like, if I'm not trying to, and it's cheap, so I use my Laura Mercier when I'm going for, if I'm going out and I need like a super beat for my videos, for an everyday. Even if I do go out, I'll probably still use this, because this still holds and looks really good. No flashback. It sets without drying. I really enjoy the Maybelline Fit Me Loose finishing powder. They have all different kind of shades for different skin tones. Eyeshadows, I will always recommend Morphe eyeshadows. Like, if you're a beginner, Morphe is the way. When I began, I had BH Cosmetics, and I haven't really used BH Cosmetics since I've really begun this makeup. I do have the Take Me Back to Brazil, because I got that last year because I was really into doing like colorful, like for Pride, I want to do colorful looks, so I bought that palette to do a Pride look, and it's cool. BH Cosmetics is a good beginner brand still, but I would definitely recommend Morphe more so. And of course, the first Morphe palette I recommend you getting, I mean, somebody else might say James Charles, some people might say, hey Siri, who has Morphe palette collaborations? Jaclyn Hill. Somebody might say Jaclyn Hill or James Charles. I say just get the OG 3502. It's not even the OG. The OG is the 3500, and I just threw mine away because it was broken, it was old, and I have the 3502. So I'm like, I don't need both of those. I need to consolidate some of my makeup collection. So I threw away the 3500. Not even sure if they still make that. I have to check that out. But 3502, great beginner palette. It has 35 shades. They're all neutral colors, different shade ranges, or for different skin tones. It's perfect for a good neutral look. But Morphe has what you're looking for. I also have this Morphe palette. Remember I said I was doing Pride looks last year. I bought this for that reason. This is their Pride palette. I don't know the actual name of it. I'll link it in my description. Everything I'm saying will be in the description box with links so you can buy it yourself. But they have bright colors that look fabulous. Look amazing. Oh, here's the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil. It's also good. They're also smaller, so I'm not really a huge fan of those. I have this, the Hit the Lights Morphe palette. I have Morphe palettes. Like when I go to Ulta, I'll go to Morphe first just to see. And they also have great brushes. I guess I could tell you about brushes too. Morphe has what you're looking for. They give you so many options, and they're so big and so creamy. So I would definitely recommend Morphe first as a beginner. On my eyes today is actually a drugstore. I got these palettes at Target. They're Makeup Revolution. This is the Tammy X Revolution Tropical Carnival eyeshadow palette. All these pretty colors. And this is my first time trying Makeup Revolution. I'm impressed. I think the makeup look came out really, really cute. And this is the Birds of Paradise collection. So another good drugstore eyeshadow brand. I really don't outline my waterline. But if I do, it's really just like, I don't even know what brand it would be. Probably like Wet n Wild, NYX. I think Jordana is a drugstore brand I use for like an eyeliner pencil. But for liquid eyeliner, I always use the Wet n Wild liquid liner. That's another go-to that I can't see myself spending a whole lot of money for liquid liner or getting a different liquid liner. The Wet n Wild has served me fine all of these years. That's what I recommend. I don't know where it's at right now because I didn't do a like wing liner today, so I didn't have to pull it out. Also, I also sell eyeliner glues for like lashes because I'm gonna get into eyelashes since we're on eyes. Before I get into actual lashes, for mascara, I've been using the Maybelline Sky High. Maybelline has the best drugstore mascara, where it is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Like, they have, from when I was using the falsies, like Maybelline has the best drugstore mascara. If you're looking for a good mascara in the drugstore, go to the Maybelline Owl, always. But I've also been using this Essence Lash Princess. A lot of people rave about this one too. I've tried this once or twice. Can't really give like a full review on it, but it's a drugstore that everyone says is really good. I think I pretty much liked it when I tried it. Oh, and Wet n Wild also has a good slim eyeliner, which I use for my under eyes because it's really, really thin. I always recommend a thin mascara wand for bottom lashes so you don't make too much of a mess. I also kind of like lined to get like this white, I don't know what to call it. For my neon look, I used the NYX. I only have the box because Lord knows what my son did with the actual, I'll see what it is. It's behind my bed. It's the Epic Wear waterproof liquid liner. I think they have a black one in this too, so that's also a good one to use. But I use this because I wanted to have like a white liner to like make the color pop on my eyeshadow because I'm doing like a neon look. To be honest, I don't use drugstore lashes. I have my own lash brand, Iconis Cosmetic Lashes. Right now, up until July 31st, lashes and lash pens and lash glues are all 50% off, and it's free shipping because I'm about to rebrand. So I'm going to shut my store down on August 1st. I'm going to try to get this video up in good time so y'all can see the deal that's going on, because I'm shut my store down, and so further notice just to like get myself together, rebrand, and figure out what direction I want to go in. So please take advantage. I'm wearing the Marley lashes right now, which is one of my favorite pairs. That's my lash I go to, and they're not technically drugstore because you can't find these in the drugstore, but I have quality lashes. The only lashes I wear. I can't come on here and say I'm still gonna recommend drugstore lashes. I'm gonna do that still. If you want to know what lashes I wear, iconscosmetics.com, link will be in the bio. Shop with me while you can, but you know, like I said, I'll open back up eventually. So once I do close up, you can join the email list and get exclusive news when I open back up, and you'll get exclusive first dibs when I do relaunch to shop first. But when I did wear cheaper lashes, I would just go to the hair store. Honestly, the hair store has really good mink or faux mink lashes. Go to your local hair store, you'll probably find some good lashes. I wouldn't recommend like Ardell. Ardell's good for beginners. I started out with Ardell lashes, so I'm not gonna say like Ardell's not good. It's just if you want like the volume that's hot now, like the mink, the 25mm, the 3D mink, the va va voom, go to your hair store, sis. They have good mink lashes with volume and with length, what you're probably looking for. But you want to go more like the natural route, Ardell works just fine, and they're probably cheaper. I also sell lash glues too, so if you want to shop with me. But you know, you can use Kiss lash glue, Duo lash glue. I won't say Duo. I used to use Kiss as far as I use my own, but you know, I might as well say you shop with me. So I've been trying glossy lips lately, but I'm probably about to go back to my matte lips. But that might be my rebrand. I do want to try to get my lip section up and running for my Iconis Cosmetics rebrand, but we'll see how that goes. Subscribe to the email list and you'll know. NYX has a whole lot of good lipsticks in general. They have good matte lipsticks. I usually wear NYX lips, but this is what's on my list right now is the Milky Gloss NYX lip glosses. They also have butter glosses. Like I have a lot of NYX glosses all over the place. Here's another butter gloss. It's So they're really good. Like, if you like glosses, NYX has good glosses. So does Maybelline. This is not sponsored, but they should, because I rise for Maybelline. Honey, Maybelline sponsor me, because I'm putting y'all on to all of Maybelline's products. The lipstick glosses are really, really freaking good. They look like KKW, and I've never tried KKW, but I'm just gonna say Maybelline's probably better. For matte lips, like I said, NYX has good matte lips. This is blue, so don't be too scared of it, but NYX Liquid Suede, good matte lipsticks. ColourPop has really good matte lipsticks. That's usually my go-to liquid lipstick. So I'm definitely gonna recommend ColourPop. I have like the best liquid lipsticks of the bunch. Setting sprays, of course, NYX, who should also sponsor me because I'm putting y'all onto their products. Their dewy and matte finish are definitely my holy grail OG go-to setting sprays. They stay, they stick, they go nowhere. Okay, yeah, I already know the deal and the real. The battery went dead. My lighting's probably messed up because Josan been out here messing with my lights, so I'm gonna make it quick so we can go to bed because he's restless. I think I left off talking about setting sprays. This Morphe spray, it's, people hype it up and it's good. I like the way it sprays. It's like a hairspray looking, and it really does like set your makeup in place and it doesn't move. So also recommend that one. I don't know how to buy expensive brushes. I don't know if there are expensive brush brands out there. I don't know. It might be, might not. Who knows? I only buy cheaper brushes. So I buy Morphe brushes. Here are my brushes. The ones with black handles are the Morphe brushes. I have a plethora of those. White ones are Wet n Wild. And then if you see like an orange handle, which is like this one, is Real Techniques. So if I was to recommend some staple starting off brushes, definitely get a good powder brush. It's called an oval camouflage brush. This is the M224. It's one of my newer ones. I've only used it a couple times, but I think that's good for packing on color on your lid. Also a good like buffing out brush. Oh, I also have, this is Morphe too. I don't know what collection this is or number, but a good like fluffy brush. Definitely need that. Or like this one, it's the Morphe E27. They're dirty, just use them, as you can see. They definitely start with shadow, fluffy brush, a blending brush. My favorite blending brush, elf blending brush. Definitely a good blending brush. So shadow brush, fluffy brush, blending brush. I usually use these flat brushes when I use like a pomade for my brows. Excuse me, sir. This is a Morphe M432. I got these Morphe E29. I also have elf duo brush too. It has like an angled liner in a spoolie, but spoolie also comes with the Morphe brow pencils. I think that's what I would say my staples starting off. And I would just get different sizes of the shadow brush, different sizes of fluffy brush, different blending brushes. But Morphe's a good go-to. My face brushes, go-to face brush, definitely this. This is what I use to buff out when I use my Black Radiance finishing powders, to like spread the finishing powder all over and then blend out, wipe off any excess powder I may have, like the setting powder, and to blend if I do a contour with my concealed highlighted areas. Even if I don't do a contour, I use this with the Black Radiance and blend it in with the highlight, the powder, the concealer highlight, to make sure it's all seamless. Also, highlighting brush. I used to use fan brushes, but I think these are more like precise. This is an elf highlighting brush. elf also has good brushes, clearly. A blush brush. It's the Wet n Wild blush brush, but I'll be using this Real Techniques brush for my blush. This is also a good like set powder. This is a Morphe brush. Don't know the number, but it's good for like setting powders and like brushing off as well. I usually use that if I can't find this one. But yeah, so as far as face, a good fluffy brush for powder, a blush brush, and a highline brush are like your staples. You can also get this Real Techniques face brush. This is good for like putting in contour and buffing out the face. That's also a good one as well. So I don't wear blush often, but when I do wear blush, like I did today, I only wear this NYX Sleek Cheeks. I need to invest in some more blushes. I think I'm gonna stick with NYX though, because they have like, the finish is very, very soft, matte, but not like chalky. I think it's just, I am going to blame Josan because he was playing with this earlier for breaking it, but yeah, they're really good. He definitely did this because it's like broke. And then highlighter, I love the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. I have them, but they're like kind of stuffed away because I haven't used them in a while. I'll insert pictures, and of course I'll link them down below before. Those are really, really good highlighters, as well as the Wet n Wild highlighters. The Mega Glow highline powders from Wet n Wild are really good. But what I've been wearing, what I've been going to, is this Milani. It was $2.99 at Marshall's. Like, can't beat that with a stick. And it comes with 3 different, like a trio. It's called the Sunlight. I typically go with this bronzy color because I feel like only like really bronze looks good on my brown skin. But they have like a peachy salmony color and a really, really bright like goldish color. But yeah, I think that's finally it. I feel like I probably overloaded to a lot, but I wanted to make sure I help my beginners out to know, write down the list. If you're going into the drugstore, or like I said before, I'm going to link them down below if you don't want to leave your house. Okay, you know we about to get locked up again because we still in the panty. Order them online, come straight to your house. It may be some affiliate links, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find them on Amazon because I'm an Amazon affiliate. If not, you know, free game, baby, free game. That is all I have. I think I hit everything for my beginner drugstore makeup essentials. I'll leave it at that. Let me know if you have any other questions. If you have any other suggestions for other beginners, put it in the comment section and let us know what you love, what you're using, something I might have missed. If you have a question about a product that I did mention or that I haven't mentioned that you want me to try out, let me know. I can make a video about that. And also, if you want me to do another one of these but higher end, like I mentioned before, let me know and I can make that as well. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys learned something. Hope this was helpful. Now let me go put my kid to bed. And until next time, stay beautiful.